So because of this, SRD use, because of this rule, it is taking. Just delete this rule. Correct rules or the settings might have been disturbed by the any of the students, so that we'll be looking at. For now, just delete that rule. It will work. Let me first explain you how much time it will take. It is literally taking 15 to 20 minutes just to hire an employee. So then I'll be explaining employee profile. What is the significance you can able to understand. See, this employee has been hired, right? Just a second. Yeah. So Mukesh Sharma has been hired. Now, this is the normal process of hiring the employee. You'll be getting, you can just search for Mukesh Sharma. You can able to go to the profile and you can able to see the how it is hired and all. You can able to check. This is just for simple one employee. But in our organization, a part of employees, if you want to hire an employee without updating this information, basically just the basic informations, or if you want to hire a consultant who will be a super admin, just in order to provide any user ID should be there in order to allot the permission of super admin, just for the configuration purpose. Temporary you want to hire anybody, not as an employee, or if there are bulk of employees just with basic details, it is nothing but employee profile. Those are not employee central fields. Whenever you are hiring like this in employee central, then this will get automatically sync if I just export the employee profile report, because employee central is sync, the standard sync is already there. That's the reason which we will be calling it as HRIS sync. Employee central, it will be synced to employee profile, not only employee profile. From employee profile, it will get synced to different modules also. So what we are going to cover in today's class is employee profile. Employee profile and employee central runs parallel basically. So employee profile, and which will be also calling as EP. Employee profile is nothing but mini master data with basic details. These are not employee central details, mini master data, which is synced with employee central, but not employee central basically. User directory file, which other through here only the other modules will get synced, right? User directory file. So how to update the employee details without hiring an employee? Each and every mandatory thing you have to update and hire the employee. But I want to first import, if there are 10 to 15 employees, I want to first import all the details through employee profile. Just I want to include the name, ID in the system. Later on, each portlet wise, there is a template. You can able to, end users will able to use the template and mass upload it. Okay. So how will be, I'll be just uploading it through just Excel files. You can upload one employee also. You can upload if you want a consultant basically without mentioning all this portlet information just for the sake of making him or her as super admin. This is the requirement, how I'll be updating it. The action name is, two action names you will be using. First is to export the dump of the employee profile. If you want with the existing employee just to refer and you want to upload it. So first to export the employee profile, the transaction name is export employee export. This is the action name. Just you can search for employee export. It is very user friendly. Any action name you can search from here, employee export. Now, in order to get that, you have to export the user file. This means only template will be exported. If you want to, based on the other information, I want to update any information, I'll be exporting user file. So it will be just saved in this zip file, and I'm just opening this file. So this is what the basic information which will be included in employee profile. All these are these are not employee central, but yeah, the fields which you are seeing like first name, last name are taken from the employee central only. This is what HRIS sync, which will be calling it as from. If you hire any employee and export it, right now we have hired somebody, right? Mukesh Sharma. See, Mukesh Sharma. This is the user ID which we have given, Mukesh Sharma. It is being shown. We have never updated this Mukesh Sharma details in employee profile, but also it is showing it, right? It is taking from employee central. This is what the employee central saying. Now you will be having, the thing you have to remember is you will be having standard fields, employee profile standard fields. These are the standard. These top are the ID, that is nothing but codes basically. These are the labels. You have to, if at all you want to change anything label, you have to change it here. But don't ever change it anything here. If you want something like I want to change this country to country, host country or home country, something like that, this, then I'll be changing it here. So it is recommended that you have to change in the succession data model, which I'll be covering right now, means related to employee profile changes basically. These are also employee related, right? In employee profile also you'll be having succession data model. In employee central also you'll be having succession data model. Okay, and a part of this standard fields, you'll be having customizing fields. You'll be having standard 15 customization fields. So not only this, other model consultants may also be use this customization fields if they want any thing to capture in this here. Over here, anything if they want to capture PM, GM or any other consultant, they can use it. Generally in real time maximum they'll not use it, but in case, so it's suggestible that we will be not using all the custom fields basically. So here you are seeing the company. Company is the employee central. Company is legal entity. It is not there by default in employee profile, but in provisioning system there is a one-time activity. You will be just running the job basically. If you want custom field 5 in the system, there while where you will be configuring the succession data model in manage business configuration. This is the succession data model, manage business configuration. Just take it down. If you are having any confusion to remember the name, manage business configuration. This is where you'll be configuring the succession data model, and you'll be having employee central fields as well as employee profile fields. Now, custom 5 employee profile, already I have mentioned, already we are taking company over here. So No need to change. If you want to change any label of the company, you can change it. Custom file. Where is custom file? This we are using for company, legal entity. So 50% changes you have to do it. You have to first decide it, name the label as company. As it is not done, it is shown as custom field files. See, this is the identifier. You don't need to change it in the Excel sheet, else it will corrupt the system. Only thing is label only you can change it. Identifier is nothing but code, unique code, what we'll be calling it. Now company will be in the job information. Under company portlet, you have to come company field basically. This Employee Central related fields configuration I'll be explaining in Employee Central. But just for the your convenience, I'm just explaining this one thing. Here in the company, where is the company? Yeah, company is nothing but legal entity. Here in the company details, we are mentioning something like mapping, user info record key. Here the code we are using, user hyphen code. So from there, from here, it will get synced with basically in the one-time activity that every day, suppose in the midnight you will be scheduling the job, HRIS sync job. While you are working in the live, you'll be getting handbook. With that, you can able to run the HRIS sync job. It is there in the home of the provisioning that you have to run basically, or schedule the job if you want to run it every day midnight, then it will get synced whenever you from that there to here. This HRIS sync mapping, you can able to sync it. Else you can able to sync this. You can able to mention the standard field, like you are using custom field 5, right? This you have to mention it. If not this, if key, either key or either this, you have to mention over here, and you have to run the background job in provisioning, then it will get synced. Generally that will not be required. In real time we'll be not using that much the custom fields. Employee Central will be having many fields already. From there only we'll be extracting. If any reports is required, we'll be using ad hoc query, and all those reports we can able to extract. So this is just for the information. In case you want to sync anything from Employee Central to here custom, a part of standard sync will happen by default only. Any custom field you are using, and here you are maintaining any Employee Central fields basically, that you can able to, first you have to change the label of the standard custom. If I'm using custom field 9, you have to go to custom field 9, change the label, come to that particular thing. Suppose I'm using business unit is there, business unit, division, department is there in the standard employee profile. What is not there? Standard hours I need. I'll be just going here, and HRIS sync mapping, I'll be mentioning that custom field, what I have chosen, custom field 6 or 8 or 9, that I have to mention, and done and save it. It will immediately not affect. You have to go to provisioning and run the job. This is just for your information. In case you want certain Employee Central fields to be applicable in the employee profile. So for now, I'm just explaining how you will be adding an employee without wasting your time, basically. So select any one employee. This is the term, right? Select any one employee. I'm just selecting any Indian employee like Sajeev Kumar. This is Indian employee. So I'm just deleting all these employees. Just only one name I'm just mentioning, just for my reference. I want to add it. So I'm just mentioning active, and user ID I'll be mentioning like for example, user ID, and this name I'll be mentioning the same. Ajit Nigam, suppose ANIGAM. This is the, I can use if I want to add consultant. I don't need to have this number, not follow this number ranges. I'm just you making this username and ID the same as Nigam. Now first name, same SANJ Sanjeev Nigam, for example. Last name, I'm just mentioning Nigam. Only with basic details I'm mentioning here, consultant. And then gender, here you have to write the codes basically. M for gender, male, F for female. Here I'll be mentioning any email ID. If it is not there, just mentioning any my email ID, arpangar552@gmail.com. If you can even leave it blank also. There is no mandatory fields over here. Now, if there is manager, you can have maintain else, maintain no underscore manager manager. HR, no HR you have to mention. Department, you have to leave it blank. Nothing you can mention if you don't have. Job code, no underscore job code. And then division, you can mention blank. This same time zone I'll be mentioning Asia something. This I'm mentioning. Hiring date I'll be mentioning blank. There is no hire. Now employee ID as Nigam, same I will be mentioning NIGM. Wherever you are writing, finding employee ID, same you have to mention. User ID and employee ID is the same. And then address, city I'll be mentioning same, Bangalore, Karnataka, all this only for India. This is basically default local means language basically. We are using in the settings we have mentioned US, right? So we'll be using US. Proxy, who will be having the proxy. This I'll be explaining in proxy management. Not to worry. Now assignment ID, you can mention it or you can leave it. Same as Nigam, only you can mention. Wherever you're finding IDs. So after that, delete it. Because this is no more required. Now, just I will be adding one employee. If there is, without wasting, right now I have hired one employee, it takes 15 to 20 minutes. If you want to just hire the employee in the system without all the details, you can use this employee profile. It is very good thing in that. Now, I'm just saving it. I'll be saving it in the desktop. Save. Whenever in the latest system, if you find UTF-8, it will not corrupt if you are working for other languages. You have to select this. It is there in the latest latest Excel. Else you can select this CSV. If you're working normal English language, then not a problem. This also I will be selecting. But if Chinese language and all, if just in order to avoid the corruption, that's it. Maximum it will not be used. But in case this is just for your knowledge, if you're working for any other languages, you have to select this CSV UTF-8. And I'm saying this. So this file I have mentioned it. Now I want to I want to upload this file. Right now, this where we have gone, from where we have downloaded this export employee export. We have only exported, either we can export template or export user file, where we will be uploading this file, importing basically. So the action name is simple. Any employee related data if you want to import. If you want to import basic information, employee profile details, as well as if you want to import any mass things like portlet wise employee central details, the action name is same. It is import employee data. Same. Easy English. That's it. Import, just write import employee, you will be getting it. Import employee data. So where you will be finding two, one is basic import, that is nothing but importing employee profile details. Here also you can download template. Same template will be downloaded without any information though. But if you are just selecting basic import, then basic details. Basic import is nothing but employee profile details. But if you want to update these portlet wise, then you have to select these. These are the employee central details. So if there are 15 to 20 employees, first what we'll be doing, employee profile details will be updating. Employee profile means basic details. Profile itself, what is the meaning of profile? Basic details of a person. So that is nothing but employee profile. If you want to go with the employee central details, then personal information details, this you have to update, and biographical information details, this I have to update. In the sequence, you have to update whatever you are seeing over here. If I'm just mentioning, go to my employee file, whatever I'm seeing here in sequence, I'll be updating the details. See this in sequence, I'll be updating these details. Personal information, biographical information, addresses, payment information, if it is there. Else ignore, leave it. If it is, this is organizational information. You can even check the history. These all will be covering in employee central details, how to configure the fields basically. So if there is any hire, you can able to see event hire, event reason, new hire, how, where, when the employee is hired and all this you can able to update it basically. In the details, what you have to check basically, you can update it. So right now we'll be concentrating on employee profile. If I want to go and update the employee profile, where is employee profile? I'll be going to import employee details, and I'm just selecting the basic import. Suppose I want to hire a consultant without much detailed information, then also I'll be using this. And I'm just selecting the file which I have updated it. New hires SF. This is the file which I have updated. And one more thing, I forgot. If there is any date, for example, hire date. Right now, I have not mentioned hire date, so it will not be a problem. If there is any date, right now it will take. If I just type 1-1-2022, it will take this DD-MM- YYYY format. But you have to check before importing. You will be getting date format here. You have to mention this, select that particular, right click, format the date with mm.dd.mm/dd/YYY format. Then only you have to update. First, before updating, you have to check the date format. What format is mentioned here, you have to update in that format. Right now, I'm not mentioning any date, so it is not a problem for me. Now, before importing, you have to validate the import file, basically data. Then you have to select this. Now, validation successful, it is showing, where you will be seeing whether the validation is passed or failed. You have to go to monitor job. Here you can able to find monitor job, else search here monitor job. Sometimes some import it will not show here monitor job, only this import it is showing, employee details import. Some import it will not show, so at that time you have to go to monitor job. Okay, and then in the monitor job, I'll be seeing, see, this is the one which we have done, right? Import to, it is 19 today or 28 today. I think it is 19th in USA. No problem. So you can able to see that it has been passed. Again, you have to go to where you have to go.
Import
Yeah,
employee.
employee details. Now select that basic import, and I'll be selecting the file which I have saved in CSV format. Just you have to take down the names which you have saved. I've saved this new hire SF, and then here always it should be UTF-8. Don't change this. Rest all is fine. And I'm just importing this. You have to check it in monitor job. So you have to either go here or type here, whatever is feasible for you. I'll be going here, monitor job. This import, it is completed. See. Now I can see the change status here basically. If you just download status, you can able to see that what is the status of your import. Else it will definitely pass. In case if it is failed, you can check it basically. I am sure it is definitely passed. What employee we have hired?
Nigam.
Yeah, Nigam. Success is C1. You can able to see. So you can just check in the actions, in the people's, basically this bar, actions of people. If I write Nigam also, I can able to check it. Sanjeev Nigam. This only we have hired, right? Consultant.
Yes, sir.
See, with just basic information, I have hired that employee. See, whatever the email ID I have mentioned here, it is showing over here. Arpan Gaur 552. But if I check in the contact information, it will become completely empty. Here, these are the employee central fields. Here also email ID will be there. But from where it is taking, it is we are directly hired the employee in the employee profile. If you want all this information to be hired for the person, either you can individually hire this, you can individually update this information, or else this comes in employee central. You have to go to what we say, import employee details. Same where we have imported the basic details of the employee. Import employee details. Here I'll be selecting those portlets basically. First, I'll be going to for contact information. You'll be not having contact information. In contact information is divided. Phone information, email information. If I want to update email information, I'll be just going here. First, I'll be downloading the template and select the entity, select the information what you want to update, email information. So what else the things I have to mention over here? All our time is primary or not? Yes, generate template. These are the employee central fields. That's the difference between employee profile and employee central. Okay, employee profile fields will not be visible in the employee central things. I will be explaining in tomorrow's class where you can able to see employee profile details. So same, I'll be mentioning arpangar552@gmail.com. Email type is primary, yes. Why you have to mention why. Email type, what is email type? If you see here, email type is business. So I'll be mentioning business or others or personal. You will be having three. This comes on the pick list. I'll be mentioning business, business. And then person ID is this employee ID. What is our employee ID?
Yes, Nigam.
Yes, very good. S Nigam. SNIGAM. Nigam. Operation is let it be. This is the additional field. These are the important fields that we have to update it. Then the process is similar. You have to come here, come to what we say, import. It is open, right?
Import employee
Yeah.
data.
Import data. Import employee data. You have to select import, not download template, import data, and select the email information that you want to import it. Full purge, because we are updating email for the first time. If anything, later you want to change any one field, basically, then incremental load. That is the difference. Full purge means it will replace it. Right now, no details are there in the contact information, email details also. So for the first time when you are uploading, it will full purge. And then I'll be mentioning that file, email upload. If there is any description, you can mention it here. This is optional. This is the new field which they have provided. So you can validate or directly import it. Let us check directly. If there is any error, they will be able to. Number of failed records 0. Here only it is taking. Here only it is saying. But if there is any, it is not shown here also, you can able to go to monitor job and check it if there is any error. Okay. So there only it is showing. Sometimes if there is, it is not shown there only, then you have to come here. This here basic import details are only shown last, which we have updated. If you want to check those details, come to the profile of Snigam, refresh it. You can able to see if it is successful or not. Anyways, it's successful, it's shown the message successful, but you can able to see here what it is updated or not in the contact information. Previously, it was not there, right? See, here it is updated. Business email. We have selected type business also, right? Here it is updated business. So this is how you can update individually the record if there is a new hires and all. So each and every record individually you can update. Not a problem. Yeah. So tomorrow I'll be will be completing completely what is employee profile. I'll be explaining little bit about employee profile as well. How you will be using custom fields basically. If I want to update any certain information, apart of sync means you have to go to provisioning and run the job basically. Employee Central till you have to schedule the background job on daily basis. That is a one-time activity. Apart of that, if you want to use any custom fields for any capturing any details, basically all the details will be captured in Employee Central only. In case you want any details to capture extra, how you'll be using the employee profile thing, that I'll be explaining in tomorrow's class. Any doubts till now, or is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay, so just practice it. So any issues with your IDs, can you able to access?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No issues, sir.
Okay, great. So just practice. Tomorrow is Friday, right? We'll be having the class tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Chalo. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night.